Howdy there, I'm that indie games guy, and if you're here, then you're exactly like me. You love indie games and want to know what games will be coming out in the future. Or if you're watching this from the future, games that have already been released. This video, I'll explore a whole list of indie games that are set to be released shortly. These could be games you've already wishlisted, or unknown gems. Let me know in the comments below if you like the look of any of these games, and let the video commence. Starting us off with a tale about a frog. A nice happy frog who just wants to farm and make the world a better place, but foul insects aren't happy, and they've decided to attack the poor frog and try to kill all the crops that they're growing. This is Pesticide Not Required, a roguelike bullet hell that'll put you through your paces if you plan on protecting your farm. Split into two different sections, you'll need to farm and plant crops throughout the day, giving them some water and love to help them grow. Hire help in the form of other animals so that they can watch over the crops while you are engaged elsewhere. The other part is an all-out action hell that'll see wave after wave of insects attacking your farm and attempting to destroy your beautiful lovely crops. Pesticide Not Required will be a quick pick up and play, with sessions taking around 20 minutes in total, as those pesky insects won't stop coming until all of your crops have been eaten. If only we can get more frogs around here. A game I partially covered in games to look forward to in 2024, this was a massive hit in Steam's Next Fest, and now we finally get to play the game as it is released in early access this week. This is Lightyear Frontier, a chill and relaxing farming simulator where you get to travel around in mechs as you explore and take in this stunning wilderness of an alien planet. I think this is what gets me so excited about this game, and that is that it's so peaceful. Normally games set on an unknown planet have a creepy vibe, where you'll need to fight strange and weird creatures as you venture around the lands, but that's not going to be the case in Lightyear Frontier. You and some friends can just log in and build a homestead of one that you've always wanted. Looking over this beautiful planet, you don't need defences, just some nice fences to make the place look nicer. A roadmap has already been introduced for the game, showing so many new exciting features for the future. Early access will be a great place for the game to start, getting to listen to the fanbase and hopefully tailoring parts of the game to the people that will be playing it all the time. I know I'll definitely be playing this on release and getting to work on building my mech and my forever home. Sufu was a game that was released a few years ago now and was absolutely brilliant. A fighting game that had a fantastic story, but sadly I can't think of many games like it, and I'd love to play more. Luckily for us, we have a new release this week that adds a comic book style of graphics to this kind of game genre. This is Raw Metal, a stealth stylized beat 'em up that's all about tricky fights and having to think about your next move. It's not just going to be button mashing your way to the top. Looking for better gear on a barren wasteland of a planet, you decide to sneak into a mining facility owned by a mega corporation. You'll need to use a whole manner of gadgets at your disposal to sneak past enemies to find what you're looking for. Running and fighting isn't always your best option. Raw Metal is an interesting mix of top-down stealth action and third-person beat 'em up, each bringing its own playstyle to the table, and it'll be down to you to decide which is better for your game. I know I like a challenge, so I'll be looking to perfect my button mashing combos to take the fight head on. Following on, we have a game where we'll play as a robot, tasked with a simple mission. Whilst it might be simple, the journey that we take will be anything but, as we go through hell to get to where we need to go. This is Arksync, an action roguelike that's taken all the best parts of a twin-stick shooter and added them to this robot that we're going to be playing. You were a once-destroyed robot, brought back to life by a teddy bear of all things, who has reprogrammed you to take him home. Back to the moon, as that's where all bears live, I'm guessing. You'll need to dodge, block, and jump over incoming bullets if you plan on surviving, all while shooting back at the drones, wall-mounted turrets, and so many other AI-controlled robots trying to stop your mission in its tracks. Arksync will be a fantastic action adventure across the moon to ensure this little bear makes it back home safely. It might have ulterior motives, but who cares? It's a teddy bear. What's the worst thing it could do at a top secret military base on the moon that's got loads of defences for some reason, eh? It's time for us to take a blast to the past with this next game. Graphically speaking, it is straight out of the PlayStation 1, Mega Drive, or many of our first computers. But the difference is that it has been pulled into the modern day to give us a fantastic game in its gameplay. This is Thunder Helix, an action flight game that puts you as a pilot of an attack helicopter, as you'll need to complete deadly missions and make sure that you make it back in one piece to fight another day. Developed by a single developer, I have nothing but respect that they've been able to keep going and produce a game that I would definitely play. There is something about this older style of graphics that just gets me really excited, and being released into early access, it just means that more and more will be released in time to add to this already amazing looking game. Thunder Helix will be a must for fans of flying games. Heck, you'll even be able to use your flight stick, if you have one, to pilot around this helicopter and take down all that stands in your way. When I first looked at the name for this game, I wasn't sure what to think. Codename Bakery. Could it be a spy mission with the part that says codename, or a lovely place to get a cheesecake? Sadly, no cheesecake with this one. Reverse Claps Codename Bakery is a top-down tactical RPG, which is a remaster of sorts of a game that was released in 2013, but now with better graphics and more in terms of the actual fleshed out story. You'll need to take control of a battlefield, as you and your troops will have to wipe out all foes that stand in your way. Order troops to move around, buff allies, or take the shot, as each of your troops have their own unique skills that will benefit you in the battle. This is not a short game. You'll definitely be getting your money's worth here with over 60 different mission stages. You'll be mad to think that you can complete this in one sitting. Reverse Claps, Codename Bakery, will be an anime lover's masterpiece. The story will keep you hooked, whilst the gameplay will keep you engaged. Now I really want some dessert, so I guess I'll be back in a minute. I've got cheesecake on my mind for some reason. It's time for some side-scrolling action in AMEDAMA, a unique action adventure where you'll be taking over bodies by possessing them to make you stronger to get further in the game. This is all about fighting with all you have to get your spirit into a stronger vessel. This journey will take place in 19th century Japan, in a stunning pixel art setting that's bound to get you excited about the world that you'll be witnessing. You have no body. Your soul is set to depart from this land in 7 days, and it's down to you to make the most of them to see your goal through. No playthrough will be the same, as you can try new techniques and enter new bodies to see if you'll be able to get further next time. And this isn't just about getting in a man or woman, you can get into other creatures as well that might be able to help you sneak past or get into unknown areas that you would never have seen. AMEDAMA will be an enchanting tale that's bound to make you feel happy and sad at the same time as your journey continues. All the people that you take over, you'll be effectively changing their life from what was set already. Will you be the one to ensure that they still survive, or will they end up a soul just like you after you've taken over the body? Have you ever wanted to explore a planet from barren wastelands to lush fields with unknown crops and animals lurking everywhere? Well, now you and your friends can from the comfort of your own computer in Terratech Worlds, a new early access game that's all about crafting, building, and exploring in this open world survival game. This is basically a sequel to the game called Terratech, which released a few years ago now, and has a highly rated, very positive Steam rating. Terratech Worlds will be all about finding everything yourself. If you need certain items or wish to find a different biome, it's down to you to design and make a craft that will be able to fly over a mountain, a boat that can float on water, or even just have a car that has big enough wheels to get over some rocks. These games really do set your imagination on fire, as you try to design and craft unique vehicles that will allow you to complete all the goals that you've set for yourself. The game has already shown off its roadmap, and it has loads of new additions being released this year, including new planets, boss fights of all things, and even orbital travel so you can experience space. Terratech Worlds is perfect for the explorer in all of us. And the final game on the list of new games being released this week is Chill Town, a cozy farming life simulator that is a mix of soothing chill actions and idle tasks that will allow you to enjoy the life that you're making for yourself, whilst not always having to play the game all the time. This is the perfect mix of allowing you to crack on with everyday life, and Animal Crossing that we all love when we do all these little small tasks every day. You'll be able to farm, fish, build and decorate your island to your liking. This will be the ideal game if you want to play Animal Crossing but you don't own a Nintendo Switch. Chill Town will be releasing into early access, but they've said all the features are already in the game, and the early access will be more for bug fixing and making sure that everything is looked after. The game is a sequel to Chill Corner, so if you enjoyed the cozy and relaxing vibes of that game, then you already know that this is going to take you right back to that place where you let the cozy take over your mind. And that's all the games we'll be covering this week. I hope you have a great rest of your week, and I'll catch you all next time. Bye bye!